there! How's it going out there, everybody? Glad to see you join us here this week on the Audio Roast Podcast for episode number 8. Running out of fingers, and that's a good thing. So, yeah, thanks again for joining us. It's really great to have you guys along for the show today. A lot of fun stuff in store. As I always like to do, let's recap last week. We had our American celebration with Justin Larkin from Mood Ring Circus and Tom Hembry from Eye Candy LED. I had an American and a kind of Canadian ring in the American celebration with me. So if you're confused by that, go back and listen to the episode and you'll understand why. So next week, I always also try to throw in what we're doing next week. And guess what? I ain't got nothing. Nothing. So if you've got an idea for a show, tell me. Yeah, so this week we're going to have a fun show. This is another first here at the Audio Roast Podcast, episode 8, and we're still throwing you firsts. So you never know what to expect, and I enjoy that aspect. So this is the first ever Tournament of Champions episode, and we're going to be taking Toni Braxton versus Mary J. Blige, throwing them in a bracket, a tournament style, if you will, and head-to-head combat, see who comes out as the Queen Bee. The Audio Roast Podcast can also be found right now, live streaming on Facebook and YouTube. You can also follow us for social media. We are on Instagram and Twitter. Check us out for audio-only podcasts, Apple Podcast, Google Podcast, Spotify, Stitcher, and Podbean. Throw us an email if you have show ideas to the theaudioroastpodcast@gmail.com. If you have any comments or concerns or game ideas, there's all kinds of stuff. I'd love to hear from you guys. Tell me what you're thinking, what you're feeling. Also, at the end of every episode, we are going to be doing a playlist that's available on Spotify and iTunes. So this week's playlist is already available, so go check it out. You can also follow along past episodes. It's a nice little companion piece to previous episodes and whatnot. If you like the music that we're doing games about and kind of showcasing in the episodes, you'll find them all right there. So here we go. This is the Tournament of Champions. Toni Braxton versus the Queen Bee, Mary J. Blige. We're going to kick it off real soon. Let's get to a quick break, and I'll introduce our guest for this week.
Musicians, do your shows need that extra layer of fun and excitement? Wow your fans with next-level production. Let Sunset Productions help you up your game. We can create custom and unique sound, lighting, and video packages designed just for you and your budget. Let's work together and give our community the shows they deserve. Contact Jared Isaacs and check us out on Facebook and Instagram. Sunset Productions. Don't be a jukebox, be an experience.
I know, right? I feel so tall.
You feel so tall?
I feel so tall.
Oh, no.
My
What
feet
is
are
going
dangling.
on?
My feet
We can't have that.
Uh-oh.
Uh-oh. Technical difficulties.
Please stand by. My feet are dangling like Edith said.
Oh, we're good. It's just not on the right thing for us, I guess.
like what it says.
Yeah.
Whatever. it
Don't
says,
pay
I
no
don't
attention to
remember.
that man behind the curtain.
Scratch behind the
Yeah, you know. There we go. Oh. Okay, so we're back. So I'm going to go ahead and introduce our guest. I'm going to start with our first guest. You may know her from the wonderful band Wheelhouse. Give a warm welcome to Miss Cheri Quigley.
Yay, hi.
Cheri, how's it going?
Good. How are you?
Doing well. So many buttons to hit in all the wrong order. There you are. How you doing, beautiful? Oh, now the crowd wants to come on
there we
board.
go.
Yeah. Everybody's late to the party. Get your coffee.
Applause.
Get your coffee out there in the audience. Okay, there we go. Yeah. We're not hogging at all.
No, there's plenty and we'll share. I
That's
promise.
right. Cheri, it's so good to see you and good to have you on the show. Thanks for coming.
Thanks. It's good to be here.
Absolutely. Let's check out our other guest. You may know her from let me just read my little list here. The band Violet. You might know her from the band Boot. You might know her from her YouTube channel Boot Jeep. You might know her from Backbeat Productions. Come on. And you also know her from the Unsung Dreamers podcast, The Musical Journeys of the Not So Rich and Famous. So it's always hard for me to not do Tara's part when she does her introduction on the show because it's catchy. I'm a jingle guy.
Thank you, yeah.
That's the way it is. So everybody, welcome Tara Fritz. How are you doing, Tara?
The audience was right on cue for that one. That was
It's
fantastic.
so great.
I got my rum chata for my coffee.
Hey, there
so
you go.
there-
I
All
just-
right.
I just
So
have coffee.
I'm just gonna put the whole shot in there. The coffee's half gone, but why not?
You know, that's-
Everybody knows me as kind of a sort of an alcoholic, so might as well go for it, right?
I mean, if you're going for the gusto, you got to go for it.
Why change
Oh
now?
my gosh.
It's totally who I am. So, all right, cool. How's everybody doing? Are we good? Hi, Sherry.
Hey.
Oops, wait.
Oh.
I'm not supposed to look over there.
Yeah, don't look at
Oh,
me.
yeah. You know,
Because she's like not,
Not
here.
today. No.
She's not right
No,
here.
yeah,
She's
no.
in the room, right?
there's
Totally.
so much elbow room. Look
Yes.
at all this. Like I can.
Yeah, me too. Like,
Totally.
I'm gonna. Yeah. Wait, I can point.
Yeah,
Anyway,
there you
sorry,
go.
sorry.
You got it. You got it.
I'm a
It's-
show
it's-
interrupter.
Well, it's like you got this down pat. Yeah. So
I do not
want-
have this down pat.
you
Oh,
don't.
you will
I
after
don't.
today.
Oh yeah, you'll be a
promise.
seasoned
Jared's a
vet.
pro. He's a
Trust
pro.
me, like I know nothing ever goes wrong. Everything goes right according to plan. I take all my notes and get all my stuff from the Unsung Dreamers podcast. Like I actually literally Googled how to do a podcast, and the first thing that popped up was the Unsung Dreamers.
Watch Unsung Dreamers.
There
You'll-
you go.
You'll freaking learn. You'll
Live and
get
you
it.
learn.
Yep. I
Yeah.
like it.
So I'm already on my second cup of coffee.
Nice.
That's the way it is.
So I have my first cup with my full shot. So yay.
I have it.
Yeah.
And I was at Lindbergh's all day. So, you know, I got
Oh, worry. What was going on over at
We had
Lindbergh's?
brunch. We had the most amazing brunch at Lindbergh's. It was fantastic. Everybody should go there on Sundays for brunch or just go there and eat because it's fantastic food. But
I've never been there.
it was a crazy cool French toast this afternoon. We were there with Kristen Meadows and Chris Palmer and Jen Palmer and
Oh wow,
Reed's
whole crew.
yeah, and Gianna Anno. There was a whole bunch of us there.
I saw Reed has been hitting that place up like on a weekly basis, which I think is very cool. You know, if you need a lesson in how to support local business, watch what Reed does.
Yeah.
For real. He's not afraid to tell you what's good and what's not, and support what he believes in, and I think that's fantastic.
He's a good guy.
So for sure. Commenters, I see you now.
Oh,
I
there's tons of them.
we
There
had
are.
we had technical difficulties last week. I'm trying to X all that, you know, judo chop all that out of the show. And yeah, so Josh Poole, I see you. How's it going, buddy?
Hi, Josh. He's an unsung buddy.
Deb Klein asks, you're live streaming on YouTube? Yes, we sure are. So speaking of which, while we're still early in the show, you can check us out on YouTube if it's easier to throw up on your TV or whatever. But I was actually just this week watching the Unsung Dreamers podcast, and they said the same kind of thing that watch it on YouTube if you want. They also have their show on there. Some people prefer to see it up on the big screen. Well, guess what? If you have, I found this out. If you have an Apple TV on your little video that you're watching on your phone, you can hit the little button and it'll upload to your screen.
Yeah, to broadcast.
And so you don't even, if you don't want to mess with all
Oh,
that, you
that's
can just do that.
cool.
Yeah.
So yeah, because I always get commenters. Your YouTube people are like, I can't see what's happening on Facebook, and Facebook, I can't see so and so.
Yeah, yeah.
So that's the best way. You know, you have. I'm just trying to give you all the options. All the options. You
There's
do what you
lots
want with
of
it.
options, but please don't throw
So-
up on your TV.
Yeah, no,
because you
let's-
said that a
No.
second ago. You can
Oh,
throw up on your TV.
Throw it up. that's my hillbilly coming out.
You can just throw that up. Just throw up on your TV.
You really need a button person to help you press your buttons. Yeah. Let me tell you, I've got so many button pressing people around me. It's
I've tried. I've tried to help Jared press his buttons.
We are button pressers.
we are. I dig it.
Nice,
I dig
Christy.
it.
That's fun.
Yeah. So let's see here. I think, as per usual, I always like to try to start off with a game before we really get to know everybody and
Cool.
dive down deep on all the stuff.
I don't know what's coming. Sherry, do you know what's
I'm
coming?
so terrible at games. Like we talked about this earlier on Facebook. I'm a big giant game
Well,
loser. Like,
That's quite all right. Nobody so far, knock on wood, has a perfect record. So if you're not the one to break that,
I'm
it's-
not going to be
it's
that
okay.
one. Just saying, not going to be
No
that
pressure,
one.
Tara. No pressure.
Now you make me nervous.
Oh no! Tell me it's not so.
Now I gotta smell my armpits like that.
Superstar.
I love that skit.
I should have said.
That's
I should
so
have
great.
said. Name that SNL sketch or name that movie because it was also made
True.
into a movie.
That's true. I'm 50.
What was that girl's name?
Fabulous.
What the hell?
Catherine
was her name?
Gallagher, is that right?
Mary Catherine Gallagher.
Catherine Gallagher.
Yes.
Yep. Mhm.
Something like
Wasn't
that.
it Molly Shannon?
Yep.
That played
That's
her?
it. Yes, Molly Shannon.
Yes.
See, you are good at game shows, Cheri.
Oh no.
Oh no.
No.
How come I look so
You
tall?
know,
You look so short. And
Because
I
I
look so
put
tall.
my chair down
Okay,
because
I'm
I was
gonna-
like,
I'm gonna.
like Godzilla here.
Were you beast moding?
I can't even see. Okay, I'm sorry.
Oh
We're
my gosh.
hijacking your show. Sorry.
No.
There we
By
go.
all means.
I can't help it.
There we go. It's too much fun. I like it. I like. Whoa!
Godzilla.
Wow! Holy cow!
That was Godzilla.
Damn! Wow, that was high pitched. Nice.
Oh,
I
right.
like it.
Yeah.
That was like a small child.
Well, it said female screen.
That
I'm
was
not familiar, so I just hit
maybe
play.
an 8 to 10-year-old female.
Oh, okay. Yeah. That's
my
a whole.
gosh.
I could segue on that so hard. So when I was a kid,
That's what she said.
Here we go.
I'm just gonna go ahead and drink to that.
That's it, right? I heard something about a shot of tequila.
Oh
also,
yeah.
so,
Yes,
I mean,
that's true. That might be
listen,
coming.
Listen to me. I'm all about the alcohol. What the hell's wrong with me?
Man, come on,
You
dry
think
up, lady.
You'd think I was Irish or something.
Okay, so no, what I was gonna say is when I was a kid, it used to drive me nuts. Back in my day, we had we didn't just have these kind. We had the ones that set up on the wall and it rang, and everybody's like, "I'll get it." And so I was always, the first to the phone because that's the way I am. And so I'd answer the phone, hello, and they're like, "Oh yeah, excuse me, ma'am." And I'm like, "Ma'am, listen here, bitch.
I'm a real boy.
I'm a real boy. I got no strings." Yeah. Yeah, no, good stuff.
gosh.
Good stuff. It used to drive me nuts, and now I'm like, oh, that feels like a lifetime ago. So, anywho,
Somebody's lifetime.
right, for sure. Let's play a game, shall we?
Yay.
All right. This is a little something called Who Are You?
Like CSI.
Yes. Kind of like CSI, except for you don't have to do all that much investigating. Like, we're not going to take 30 minutes to try and figure this shit out.
Okay.
We're going to keep it simple. We're going to
That's
keep it
good,
fun.
'cause
Do we need our little righty board?
Nah.
Oh, okay.
Not
All
yet.
right.
Is there
Not
going to
yet.
be like trigonometry involved?
Well,
'Cause-
I hope you studied up. There won't be any trig, but there will be lots of calculus.
Oh, crap.
So,
yeah, I'm out.
That's the one math I didn't take.
Oh, well, fun. We're in for a treat then. All right. So I've got some pictures of some ladies that represent R&B from kind of the 90s, 2000s. I've got their faces covered up, so you won't be able to tell who they are. And guess what you got to do?
Name who they are.
Tell me who they are.
Guess
Oh,
who they
nice.
are.
I'm going to fail
Their
so
faces
hard.
covered up.
Their
are-
faces covered up. So
Like, so from their boobs?
He said face.
face. My eyes are up here, Cheri, right here.
He said we can't see their face is covered. Anyway,
Right. So we
all
have to.
right.
Oh, I see. We have to recognize them by their boobs. Oh, wow.
I get it. I see what you're
Let's
saying.
see.
First one that can answer.
And it's from the 90s?
90s and 2000s, yeah.
God bless America.
Land that I love.
What?
She said it.
I said God bless America, so she said. Anyway.
Oh.
I'm just gonna say Toni Braxton.
Okay.
Yeah, I'd have to concur with that because I'm not.
Okay, before I reveal the name, I'm going to move the
Move the question.
mystery.
Brandy.
That is
Okay.
not
Oh.
Toni Braxton.
At least I knew her after I saw her face.
Yes,
I'm doing pretty good.
thank God, because I'm not going to lie for a second. I'm like, oh shit, this is going to be a long show.
It's gonna be a long damn show.
Aaliyah, Ashley, that was a really good guess with Aaliyah. I could see with the hair that could possibly be Aaliyah.
Boy, I'm gonna fail so hard. Oh.
Okay.
Missy Elliot.
Missy Elliot.
Oh,
Oh, we
y'all
need
came in quick on
a
that.
dinger.
Bam! Y'all came in so quick.
I actually knew it. Holy crap! I'm so proud of
I'm
myself.
telling you, this is
right
going to be a
now.
good show, y'all. This is going to be a
Wow.
good show. That's my Dan impersonation.
Oh yes, that's it. At least he does it off the mic, right?
Yeah.
All right.
I also learned that from Unsung Dreamers.
Mariah Carey.
Yep.
Oh, you think so?
No. Maybe.
Wait.
Actually, I don't think her hair's light enough.
Yeah, but she had darker hair at one point. I'm not looking at the comments.
Maybe it's Beyonce.
No.
No,
I'm
it's not.
gonna say Mariah. I'm gonna go with
You're
your
gonna go
first
Mariah?
impression.
Yeah, I gotta stick with that too.
Yeah. Ah, yay!
It is.
Good job.
Mariah
Good job.
Carey.
Good job. because she had darker hair to begin with.
She did.
what I thought.
She did. Yeah, and that curly hair, my God. And doing
love
some
it.
research for this show, there's a lot of people with that exact same hairstyle from this decade.
You know what? I wanted that hair, and
Me too.
it was unfortunate. Let me just.
I had
say.
that hair just 5 years ago.
Yeah, I tried that hair too.
Oh, yeah.
So totally.
My mom was like, "Oh, we'll go get you a perm."
Uh-huh.
No, that did not look at all like
I had-
Mariah Carey's hair.
Corey,
Just telling you.
Corey Sneed, I am disappointed in you, sir. It is not Janet. Oh,
I had perms all the way.
you got a
through
reputation
early
to uphold.
90s.
You better do better than this, boy. Christy guessed right with Mariah. Okay,
Yay. All right. Cool.
let's try another one. Same hair.
That's
I'm just gonna go with Beyonce.
I'm gonna go with Whitney.
Oh, two different answers. I like it.
Yay me!
Damn.
I was gonna lose at this so hard. And
Oh, man.
wow.
Look, and she's freaking winning, like totally.
Josh, you do still have that hair. Look at
Yeah,
that
he
picture,
does. Look at
everybody.
that. That's-
That is.
yep.
Let me just. Oh, I wish I could.
Yes.
Wish you could enhance
Yeah,
that.
here you go. Let me.
Well,
Where's
can
my?
you?
Where's my mouse?
Make it bigger, Jerry.
Oh, I can't.
Make it- That's what she said.
Y'all so nasty.
Oh,
My name ain't Janet. It's Baby.
And nobody puts baby in a corner.
Yeah, right. Let's see here.
Okay.
Wow.
Um.
Wow. Maybe that's Janet Jackson.
Okay.
But I'm seeing like two sets of boobs. What's going on in that picture?
One's her elbow. Remember we were
Oh
talking
yeah,
about
the elbow. Yeah,
earlier?
you should be an elbow expert, Tara. I know for everybody watching, you think she's a boob expert, but there's a reason I say that.
Hey,
we'll get to that here in a
I
minute.
went conservative tonight. So,
Yes,
You know.
right.
Anyway.
Is there any? I hope you got a good sale on that shirt because it's like half off.
You're so funny.
I'm so funny.
Who the hell is that?
Corey Sneed, Ashley Berry, give them the answer. Come on.
Crap.
You guys got it right on the last one. Deb Klein says Nicki Minaj.
Is that who it is?
I thought about that.
but she's not 90s.
And her hair is like constantly pink, so I didn't really, you know.
I think she's gotten away from that just recently.
Yeah.
The little hat.
I don't know.
I
But I don't claim to be an expert on
That's why I said Janet. Like, that's like,
I got.
Oh, there's another good guess.
That's a good guess too.
Lil Kim.
oh, yeah.
But-
that would be,
But I've never seen Lil Kim wear a hat
or a dress.
or a dress. Well,
Yeah. Well.
okay. I have to. I have to gong myself.
Okay.
I can't think.
All right. No guesses. Still no guesses.
Her face is squished or something.
Yeah, it looks like her.
Is that
upper-
Mary?
This is gonna be a long show, folks.
It totally is. I told you I'm not good at games.
We call ourselves chick singers. What the hell is going on?
Oh, it's
here?
all good. Ashley Berry got it right. Mary J.
Nice.
Mary J in the house.
Yay!
Let's try another
Yay,
one.
Ashley.
Um,
Come on,
Janet.
Corey.
Janet.
Okay.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah. What gave it away for you, Tara?
Abs.
The belly button.
Oh, the abs, really? So
Yeah.
for me, it's the necklace. I remember that
Oh,
necklace
yeah.
being in like 5 videos. It seemed like she wore that all the time in the 90s.
There it is.
Sure enough.
That's Janet.
That's Miss Janet.
if you're nasty.
That's right. We got another one.
Is that Toni?
I'm used to her with straight hair.
Deb
I'm
Klein
gonna-
says the crop top is also what gave it away for her
True,
too.
true.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go with Toni on this one.
Okay. Cheri, are you in agreement or are you ready to throw down?
I'll just, gong out.
Yay me!
I'm telling you what, she is just,
I thought I was gonna fail.
She's
so
slaying
hard.
over here, man.
Yeah, no, she's like slaying it.
I really.
Big
She's
time.
got it.
Okay.
She's like, I didn't do my homework. Cha-ching, cha-ching,
Right.
cha-ching, cha-ching.
She's like, I didn't do my homework. In the meantime, she's over here like this with her notes.
Yeah, she's like,
me
make
flip
it right.
Okay, I think this one might be a challenge. Let's see if this one throws you guys.
Oh.
I don't know, but doesn't that stance say everything
The arm.
about
Again,
that
look at the
arm.
elbow.
Yeah.
That is a thing apparently.
Freaking arm.
I'm gonna
Awesome.
be like
Um.
glued in on elbows from now on. It's a weird thing, but it's a
Wow.
thing.
And what's with the bra? I'm not
Is
sure.
there a bra?
It's pointy and. I'm not
Maybe
sure.
that's just
Anyway.
her boobs.
I'm trying to think of some.
Jared's like, this show's gone off the rails.
Oh yeah. This is my first episode with 2 girls over here with me, and all we're talking about so far is boobs, and it's great.
I can't help it.
You gotta
Josh, this one's for you, buddy.
All right.
Actually, Johnny Cross was talking about him.
Yes, Christy, I really think it is Queen Latifah.
Queen Latifah. All right.
I
Perhaps.
can't.
Oh, Aretha. Okay.
Maybe. Hey, can I vape in here?
Yeah, I don't care.
Okay.
Let's see.
I'm gonging out.
Okay.
Shame on me.
Oh,
I
speaking
can't-
somewhere, I've got a.
Nice.
Nope, that's not it.
It's always polite to ask.
There we go.
Oh,
Perfect.
yes.
Yeah, you know. Okay.
Nope.
Oh, is that fucking her face is squished again. Yeah.
That's Jennifer Lopez.
Selena. Yeah. Yeah.
Jennifer Lopez. Yeah. So, let's talk about the squished up faces and why that was a thing. Because pictures were this way. They weren't this way.
See?
So I had to, kind of,
The freaking horizontal versus vertical.
the horizontal death.
Okay, but I do everything in vertical.
You gotta
everything,
turn
like-
everything this
Okay,
way.
well,
can't.
it's been fun having Cheri on the
Have to.
show,
Bye-bye.
everybody. We'll see you later.
See ya. Where's
I'm
that gong?
so sorry.
Where's that gong again? Yeah.
Time for the walk of shame, girl.
Yep.
Yeah.
Get out of here.
I can't
Oh, how
help
funny.
it.
Okay, that's J-Lo. All right.
Ashley says, "Oh, damn.
I know.
Yeah, we're throwing bows today."
I like what Deb Klein said. Aretha's boobs are way bigger. See, she's
See,
talking
it's
about
not
boobs.
just us. Boobs.
Yes,
just us.
I think her elbow was probably bigger too. I was gonna not say it, but I said it. That's the way it is.
Yeah.
Oh, let me tell you. Are either of you two girls here familiar with Jill Scott?
Yes.
Little.
I
Little.
love Jill
I
Scott.
think
Okay.
she's fantastic.
Today, I'm going to throw this
Fabulous.
after the show's over. I'm going to add to the playlist on Spotify and iTunes. Jill Scott, Golden, "Living My Life Like It's Golden." It's a great freaking song. It came out like in the early 2000s, I believe. Mega awesome soul awesomeness.
Nice.
Just what it is.
Cool.
Yeah, it's great. Yeah. So
Yay.
that was
That was fun.
Who are you?
That was fun. Derek kicked my ass.
And I thought I was going to fail miserably.
No,
on
see,
that.
yeah, that's the thing. Like, whenever I'm making these games, like, I'm not trying to like give everybody like stressed out vibes, and I'm not trying to make people sweat. I just want to have some fun, and
I love it. It was
Yeah.
good. That was fun.
That was fun.
good. So now that we got our icebreaker, let's get down to the nitty gritty.
Uh-oh. No, I'm scared.
Now we're from Wheelhouse, like I said. Cheri Quigley. Am I saying that right? Quigley?
Yes.
Okay. Yes. All that practice. All those notes.
All those. It's the Irish in you.
Oh, is it? Okay.
Everybody's got a little bit somewhere. I promise.
Yeah. What is Deb says that looks like J-Lo when she was a fly girl.
Yes.
Exactly. She was a fly girl.
Or on In Living Color, one of the dancers on In Living Color.
That's very true.
That
Yep.
was the Fly Girls.
Oh, that was, you're right.
Yeah.
Duh. Yeah.
Oh, we watch that every week.
Yeah. Had to. Anyway.
Jasmine Guy is who I was thinking of. That was on different world.
A different world.
Different world. And she was on. There was some dance show, like kind of like Soul Train, but not. It was like actual club dance music, and I think Jasmine Guy hosted that. I cannot remember the name of that show, but that was on in the early '90s too. Yeah, totally off topic, but that's
remember
that's just who came into my mind.
I like it.
So okay, so tell me, Cheri, like Wheelhouse, is that your first band that you've ever been in?
Yes.
Okay. When was this formed?
Well, they started before I got there, but then I joined in, I want to say late November of 2018.
Okay. And like who approached you with this?
James Gilmore.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, he'd been trying for a minute to get me to do something as far as the band goes, and eventually I was like, okay. Let's just do something.
So
'Cause,
who did they have before you, or were they just in the piecing it together process?
they were kind of in the piecing it together
Gotcha.
process.
Yeah. And were you the last person added in the band, or?
No, actually, I wasn't. The last person that was added into the band was Matt Behan.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So let's talk about that, because I know that you guys kind of went back and forth for a minute with Matt Behan and Kenny Neal. I think it was like a Friday night. You get this guy, Saturday night, you get that guy kind of thing. Is that right?
Yes.
And then what changed?
Well, so Kenny decided that he took a job in Branson where he had to work nights. And so we got Matt to play Saturday nights and Matt to play on Friday nights and Kenny to play on Saturday nights. And then Kenny just decided that he needed to focus on his other project that he had going on at the time, because that was his baby.
His other musical project. You
Yes,
mean.
his other
Gotcha.
musical project.
Not just his job. Yeah.
Right, and that was his baby, and so he, had to follow his heart and do, what he felt was right.
Sure. Yeah. No, they're both great guys. Obviously, I played with both of them in Sunset Strip.
Right.
They're talented people.
Definitely.
And it's hey, whatever your priority is, that's fine. Like, good for him for speaking up and saying, hey, I kind of have priority on this, as opposed to stringing you along and playing the game. Like, kudos for people that'll stand up for themselves and say, when enough is enough, kind of thing.
Right.
So some people are better at balancing multiple projects at once too. Some people are like, they just have that tunnel vision and just want to focus on one thing, and that's totally cool too. Do you know, like, where the name Wheelhouse came from? Was that already a name before you got in there, or were you in on that naming the band?
It was not.
Okay.
Brian named the band.
Brian, your boyfriend, Brian.
Brian, my boyfriend.
Oh,
named the band.
that'd be Brian Stokes for those of you listening. And why Wheelhouse?
Because I had actually auditioned for another band prior to this, and it went terribly.
Okay.
I was sick at the time, and I should not have done it, and I knew that, but I did it anyways.
I've done the same thing.
I was heartbroken, and I was never doing that again, and I was never embarrassing my friends or myself, and it was a whole drama disaster. But then when I decided to audition for this other band, he said, well, because I told him what some of the music was, and he said, that's probably more in your wheelhouse. And it just,
That's exactly what I figured it was. Yeah,
I mean, it just stuck. And
no, that's great.
Nice.
Yeah.
So was the other band that you had tried out for, was it completely different style-wise?
It was a completely different
So, like,
style.
what kind of stuff was the band that you had tried out for? I won't make you, if you're not comfortable, I'm not trying to pry and figure that out. I'm just, what style were you not as comfortable with?
The style that they had me audition with.
Okay, that's fair. That's fair. That's fair.
That's
yeah.
political.
Yeah, perfect. Next. So let's see here. I have got a video of you guys playing.
Ooh, yay!
This is actually from your very first show. So this is a different lineup. Like you just said, this is Kenny Neal, I believe, on guitar instead of Matt Behan.
Yes.
And again, I've played with them both. I like them both. I think they're both great guys. Man, we've all had first shows, and there's nothing wrong. I'm not saying that to say that there's anything wrong with that either, because you guys did a really great job. I was there. I was actually, I might have been one of the guys taking video of this. This might have been one of mine. I don't remember. But anyway, I was very impressed, because I say that to say I've had first shows and they were shit. If I started out with sounding like this on my first show, dude, get real. I'd be off to the races. So, yeah, this is Wheelhouse playing at Shuffle. This is a video from April 27th of 2019. So let's check out Wheelhouse with Cheri Quigley. So who all are your other band members in here?
Well, that's James Gilmore on bass.
Okay, next to you with the red bass.
With the red bass. Kenny Neal, obviously, with the guitar on my right, so the green guitar. Richard Smith is on the other guitar on the other side.
Now, I'm not familiar with Richard. Who was the last one to actually join? Are you counting Matt as the last band member joined? Or?
Yes, Matt would be the official last one out of, I think that Kenny was probably the last one out of the five of us that are up there.
Gotcha.
The drummer hiding behind the drums is Terry Teeters.
Okay. Super nice guy, by the way. I've ran sound for you guys before, and all of you guys were a breeze to work with, and that's amazing. So where did you find Terry, and where did you find Richard? Not you necessarily, but the band in general.
I think Rich and James go like way back. And so I don't have any idea how they managed to hook up, together. And then, I never really asked them how they all got there.
Fair.
But yeah, Terry's been playing drums for a while, and I think he played drums in Texas, and then they moved back up here, and I'm not entirely sure how the rest of them got together.
Gotcha. No, it's very cool. I also really dig your guys' set list. I love the fact that it's a female-fronted band that's not afraid to sing male music. Like, you don't put yourself in the corner of, oh, I'm a girl, so I got to sing all chick music. And
oh, God.
No, it's fantastic.
I could not sing all chick music if I wanted to.
I'm trying. Is this Candlebox? Is that right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, it's like I said, it's hard to believe this is your first show because you guys all come across as like you don't have that nervous energy about you. You don't have like, I don't know. I mean, I see so many bands that are just like their first show and they're like stuck to one position. You could see people like looking in different directions and moving their feet. I think it's fantastic.
Thanks.
So
Yeah, good job.
I don't know. I never get nervous.
that's
I just
fantastic.
Never have.
Yeah.
And I just, because I think to myself, like, these are my friends, and if I haven't met them yet, like, they're gonna be my friends by the
Aw.
end of the day.
Right.
Cool.
You know,
Yep.
so they'll either love me or they won't.
That's right. You're
You know.
bring them in if they'll allow themselves to come into your circle.
Exactly.
Yeah. Deb says that she sings whatever she likes. Exactly. That's the way it should be. I'm not a fan of people putting themselves in a corner. My sister Denise, hello, how's it going? I like her voice. She may be pretty good for some Four Non Blondes. Am I right? Yes, I agree. You are right.
I bet you do that, don't you, Cheri?
I do not.
Oh, you don't?
Oh
I
man,
don't.
shame.
Honestly, that terrifies me a little bit because my voice is so low.
You do have a low
girl.
voice. Yeah.
Yeah, for a female singer, my
Does-
range is just really low.
Is there anybody else in your band that sings?
James does. Actually, you know, we all kind of do, except the drummer.
Fair. Yep.
We don't give him a microphone.
Cheers.
Not even to talk on.
You know, he could have one if he wanted, but
Right.
you know, he's
Yeah.
never wanted one.
So tell me a little bit, since this is your first band officially, what is it that got you into wanting to be a singer? Like, I know that you had kind of the band wife role for a long time with Sunset Strip with Brian and stuff, and I know that you always enjoyed singing along with our songs and that kind of stuff, but what actually progressed you to the next step to make you go, I'm getting up on stage and I'm showing everybody I can do this too?
So you've done your research.
I have actually not. I just know you, and yeah.
Well, 1,000 years ago, I did competition choir in high school.
Okay.
And I did traveling choir and stuff like that before that. And, you know, you spend your whole formative years like singing and performing and in that type of role. And then, you know, you have kids and you wheels on the bus and round in the car. And then eventually you just get tired of singing in your car. Like you get tired of singing in the shower. You get tired of singing in your car. You
feel you have more to offer.
Yeah.
Yes.
And you just want to do it like you just feel like it's what you want to do.
You feel like something's missing if you're not.
Yes.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, and that's kind of where I was at that point. And so I was like, you know what, I'm going to do it.
I think that's so cool. I think that's so inspiring too. Like, I wish more people would do that, honestly.
Mm-hmm.
There's nothing wrong with having a first band. There's nothing wrong with something being a first time. I don't care if it's music or whatever. If you feel it in your heart, if you feel like I just said, like, if something's missing with you not doing it, frickin' do it. Like, you're cutting yourself short by not. Like, imagine if we're doing this 20 years from now and I just know you as a band wife and you had all that talent, and it's like, man, yeah, we can enjoy it now, but we could have had 20 years of it, So
Right.
To those out there watching, if you've got something in your heart that you feel like doing, again, it doesn't have to be music. If you want to make jewelry, if you want to, whatever, just do whatever your heart desires.
I
Do
agree.
it. Just do it.
Yeah, just do it.
Totally.
Speaking of just do it, let's play another game.
Oh, yay!
Yay.
So,
Tara can kick my ass again.
well, we'll see. This is unprecedented. This is another first in the same episode. So this is a new game that we have not played ever before, and I totally stole it.
Yay.
I'm not even gonna lie. I totally stole it.
It's not stealing if you like.
It's flattery.
Oh no, this is straight up thievery.
Okay. Oh, I got it.
Oh, Tonight Show. I get it.
Straight up thievery. Even
Straight
the
up
theme
thievery.
song.
Straight up thievery. Okay, so here's how this game is going to work. I got to read my rules because, again, it's the first time. So there will be 30 seconds on the clock. Players will go back and forth, giving one answer at a time, going as many times back and forth as they can until the clock runs out.
Okay.
Each player must say their answer, then ring the bell, which I'll provide,
like
and
bell.
play. And the play passes to the other player. You can challenge your player's answer once per category by holding up a red card and yelling the word challenge. Challenge. The player to win the most categories out of 5 rounds is the winner. The 5th round category will be chosen by the host. That's me. So.
I'm all looking for my red card. I'm like,
I don't have a red card.
So here's the deal. I have these bells, and I normally already have them sitting there, you know, and all ready and planned out.
Right.
But I also found everybody likes to be a little bell player through the whole show. And I'm like, this is an audio show.
Just like sitting there, yeah.
Yeah.
I'm that way with my pen a lot. I do that a lot. So anyway, okay. Yeah, okay, cool. So I'm not sure. Okay.
Okay.
Rules were read so quickly.
red card.
Okay, so you're going to go
Something about a
back
red
and
card.
forth between the two of you with 30 seconds on the clock. I'll show you the categories in just a second.
Okay.
One person will choose a category, and you both will go back and forth with that category trying to name something. So it could be brands of cars.
Oh, I see.
And so you'll Toyota, hit your bell, and you'll say Buick, hit your bell, back and forth for 30 seconds. Whoever can get the most. Now, if somebody says something like Goldstein, and you're like, I don't think that's a car, hold up your red challenge, and we'll let the judges
Cheri,
determine
you
the
said
answer.
you never get nervous. Are you getting nervous? Because I'm nervous.
No.
Oh, now that there's lots of rules, everybody's
just
nervous.
I'm just so nervous.
Screw it. I already know I'm going to lose.
Oh, boo.
I can't help it. I lose every game. I'm telling you.
All right, so let's check out the category, shall we?
Oh, wow.
Oh, boy. So we've got 90s female artists, Mariah Carey songs, dog breeds, audio roast guests.
Oh, wow.
So that's people who have been on the show in the past.
Nice addition.
Flavors of Pop-Tarts.
Of course, yay,
yes.
the Pop-Tarts, yay!
And 90s TV shows.
Oh, wow, okay.
So, yeah. Let's see here.
One question.
Okay.
For 90s female artists, can it be like group
Sure.
with the female lead singer?
Yes.
Okay.
I will
perfect.
accept that. Judges? Okay, yeah, they said yes.
Nice.
Yeah.
We have a panel of judges. You can't see
If
them.
you're not aware, our judge, and I'm dead serious, our judges are strict assholes.
Oh, really? Oh, okay.
The last time that we had to call the judges in, they got shot down because it was a adverb and not a noun or
Oh, wow.
one of the. And I'm like, dude, wow, okay.
So, remind me what the bell is for? Like
Every time you answer, you ding your
hit the
bell
bell.
we ding first, or we say
after. So it'd be
So
like
we
Toyota,
answer.
ding,
Ding.
Buick, ding.
All right.
Yeah.
All right.
Yep.
Ding. Yeah. Okay.
All right.
okay.
Yeah,
I'm
no
like-
pressure.
I'm like sweating.
Everybody's loving the Pop Tarts. I wonder if everybody even is in on the Pop Tart conversation.
I know that we're.
Oh
Yeah.
my gosh.
If you know what we're talking about with Pop Tarts, use the hashtag
Or do this. Yeah. Hashtag.
audio roast.
Yeah. There you go.
Sure.
If you know where that came
Hashtag.
from. Yeah.
Hashtag. And if you do know where it's from, there will be a quiz after the show for you. No.
Ooh,
Oh
nice.
jeez.
Okay, so let's see here. Cheri, we'll start with you. Pick a category for us.
I'll take flavors of Pop Tarts for 500, Alex.
Yay!
All right, so flavors of Pop
All
Tarts.
right.
We're going to throw 30 seconds up on the clock, and your time begins now.
Who goes first?
You.
Strawberry milkshake.
Chocolate fudge.
S'mores.
Cinnamon.
Cinnamon?
Cinnamon.
Brown sugar cinnamon.
Oh, strawberry. My bell sucks.
Ice cream sundae.
S'mores.
I said s'mores.
Did you?
Said s'mores.
Oh,
Ding ding. Said s'mores.
all right. Well, judges.
I was like, wait a minute. I already said that one.
Damn it.
Judges, no. Okay.
Oh.
The judges say no. No dice. So
She wins that round.
yeah. So let me get my little.
Holy shit, I won.
You won.
You won, Cheri. You won. Okay,
Oh.
so Cheri's on the board with 1 point.
All right.
Yay!
Cool. Yay! My
So
bell. My bell is
it's
dead.
oh, it needs pitch correction.
It needs to be unscrewed.
So no, it's not. It's I've got tape in there, so I can tell who's ringing what
Did that
bell.
on purpose. Oh.
Well, I didn't just do it on purpose. I planned it.
See, of course, it's scripted and planned. Absolutely. Look
Everything.
at this guy. He's or wherever.
Ooh, Deb Klein said pumpkin pie.
Wait.
I forgot that
he's,
one.
Oh,
he's
pumpkin
up,
pie.
Doing the Brady Bunch.
We are
thing.
like-
He's up there. That's
Here's
Yeah.
a story about a girl that can't point right.
wait. There. Okay. Anyway. All right. Okay. Cool. All right.
There we go. Okay, so let's try another category. Tara, you're up. we just did flavors of Pop-Tarts. So
90s female artists.
ow,
Shit.
we're going there. We are going there. Okay, Tara, you can start us off and go.
Shania Twain.
Gwen Stefani,
Lori Morgan.
Martina McBride,
Reba McEntire.
Holy fuck. Oh, sorry. I'm so sorry.
Cuss, it's okay. We're adults.
I can't see the thing clicking. You know what? Shania Twain.
Said it. I already said it.
Oh, Tara's just got
My
the
mind
point.
went blank. I'm like, Dolly Parton. No, she's 80s.
She had songs in the 90s.
She did.
Did she really?
Just get it
Damn
out there.
it! I
Yep.
should've
Don't
said
try
that.
to keep the wheel spinning. Just get it out there.
That was good.
I promise 9.5
How
times out of
fun.
10 that'll help.
This is so fun because you do go blank. You're like,
You
there
do.
I
I
know.
know. I'm like, I hear this thing beeping and it's ticking down the time, and
Exactly.
I'm like, dang it.
Okay, so Cheri, you want to pick us out another category?
Super fun.
90s TV shows.
Ooh, 90s TV shows.
Oh, boy.
Okay, everybody put on your big girl pants and let's go.
Seinfeld,
Friends.
In Living Color,
The Tonight Show.
God damn it. Knew this was gonna happen. I used to watch TV all the time, The Simpsons.
Oh, I was gonna say that. My next one. Oh, shit. The Today Show.
Full House.
Fuller House.
Nope. Nope, Cheri, you won that one.
Oh, you win.
How does this happen? Like, okay.
Hey, this is your wheelhouse.
I see what you did there, and I like it.
Yes.
I do.
This is your wheelhouse. All right.
Oh, this is fun.
No. Oh, hush thing. Okay, so it is Tara's turn to pick. Is that right?
Mhm.
Okay.
I'll take dog breeds.
Dog breeds. Okay.
Sorry.
Pekingese.
German Shepherd.
Great Dane.
Bichon Frise.
Golden Retriever.
Maltese.
Basset Hound.
Dachshund.
Beagle.
Great Dane.
German Shorthair.
Weimaraner.
Rottweiler.
Corgi.
A Pit Bull.
Jesus Christ. English Bulldog.
American Staffordshire Terrier.
How do you know all these dogs? Chihuahua.
Foxhound.
Is that a real dog?
Yes.
And with a landslide, Cheri has won so far. I am going to pick the final category.
Ooh, okay.
Oh God. Don't say Mariah Carey
Oh
songs.
boy!
Don't say
Oh,
Mariah Carey
you
songs.
you better
Don't say Mariah
quiet
Carey
down,
songs.
simmer down, girl.
I
I'll
know
pick
what-
it. I will
know
pick
what
it.
he's gonna pick.
Okay, so people in the comments. First of all, I just got to address the elephant in the room. Golden Girls, hell yeah.
Hell yeah.
So as long as you were able to take your TV remote and turn on any of these shows in the 90s, it doesn't matter if it started in the 80s and went into the 90s or started in the late 90s and went into 2000s. As long as it was somewhere in there in the 90s, we're counting it.
Yay,
So, yeah.
cool.
Probably should have said that from the start, but that's what happens when you first play a game for the first time. To the final the final category, we're gonna go with what do you guys want to see in the comments here?
There's only two left, right?
There is only two left, so we're down to either Mariah Carey songs or audio roast guests.
Okay, but I only know audio roast guest is like the guy from Mood Ring Circus. That like I don't remember
I've had two guys from Mood Ring Circus.
the
so.
second guy from Mood Ring Circus. Like, I'm sorry.
You know that guy.
What's funny is
Can't
she's
help
like,
it. Oh God, don't pick Mariah Carey.
and then I'm like, okay, or we have audio roast guest.
Oh God, don't pick audio roast guest. That's why we've avoided them.
Christy says audio guests.
I could probably do better.
All
at
right,
audio
Christy,
roast guest.
you're on. Audio roast guests,
Who
It is.
Who starts?
Who starts?
Cheri.
Me? Jared's dad.
Justin Larkin.
Steven Sparks.
Tom Henry.
The guy from the lighting thing last week? Is that the same guy?
The guy from the
I'm not good with names. The guy from you had two guys from your band from that I can't remember the name of because I suck at this game.
Johnny Cross. Todd Beeman.
Ow! Ow! I'm terrible with names.
You should have thrown You should have thrown a challenge on Steven Sparks because I have not had Steven Sparks.
Oh.
I had Justin Larkin and I
Justin
had Alex
Larkin.
Hines.
Okay.
I thought it was Alex, but I was not
Yep.
certain, so
Look.
I wasn't going to challenge because I didn't
Well,
want
needless to
lose it.
say,
I would just like to apologize to anyone that I've offended with the fact that I can't remember names.
We must get so political. We have to say these things.
I know.
yeah.
Sidebar.
So
Sidebar.
okay, so our winner for Know It All is none other than Miss Know It All, Cheri Quigley. Oh, somewhere I got.
Thank you, Deb Klein, for the Death May Die because I would never remember that.
I'm going to sit here and
help
I'm
it.
just going to do this the
Death
whole
may
rest
die.
of the show.
Oh, are you? You think so, huh?
No, I won't. I promise.
She's here to sabotage me. Okay, so speaking of her, let's get to know her. Tara is in the band Violet. Like I said, she's got other stuff on her plate. We're going to get there in a second, but tell me about Violet and when it formed.
We formed in 2014, and it was the first band that I had put together myself.
Okay.
I had been in bands since '92, and always had a boyfriend or something like that I put a band together with and everything. So Violet was my first that I put together myself based on songs that meant something to me. And it was refreshing to me to be able to do this. It was very me, I.
Mhm.
I came from some situations where you just sing whatever because it's what the people want. It's what the other band members want.
Right.
And this was all about what I wanted to do.
And there's nothing wrong with that. There's nothing wrong with being a team player and saying, hey, whatever you guys want to do, I'm good with. And then there's nothing also wrong with saying, hey, this is what I want to do.
Yeah.
This is my vision and this is what I want to do.
Yeah. So we
My
we
vision. See what I did there?
Nice. Yeah.
Show
nice.
us your V.
Show us your V. That's right. Show me your V. So yeah, in 2014. So March 22nd of 2014 was our first show at Cartoons.
Very cool. And did you have like, before you actually reached out to people and stuff, did you already kind of have a lineup in your head, or was it like just throwing it out there? Hey, I have ideas. This is what I want to do as far as the set. Who's with me? How did that go?
I had a lineup in mind. I should say because Dan actually back then helped me with
Okay.
this.
Yeah.
And he knew some musicians and everything too. So I had a lineup in mind, like who I would say this would be awesome. So I asked some, and some turned me down. Actually, I asked Russ Weatherby originally.
really?
Yeah, to
Really?
be in Violet.
So this was probably around the Sock Monkey era.
Yep.
From him.
Yeah. Yeah. And so it was adorable because he was like, I want to be in this band, but I've never hated a set list more than this.
I remember this.
Yeah.
No, like for
Yeah.
real. I remember him talking about this, and I'm like, really?
didn't
He's like,
really
no. He's like, I'm not with it.
Yeah. I don't think he said he hated it maybe
No.
to us, but he was like, I can't get into this set list.
Yep.
And which is fair. That's fair. I don't want you to do
100%.
something if you're not into it.
One
And-
person's vision may not be somebody else's.
Yeah, yeah.
100%.
So I also had Amber McCann in mind for drumming.
Fantastic
And
drummer.
She is the current drummer for Violet, but she was busy at that time when we formed, so I didn't get her. I got Melinda Cooper. Who played drums.
And how did you know Melinda? Because I saw pictures of her whenever I was doing my research.
Mm-hmm.
I don't recognize her from the scene. So how did
Yeah.
you find her?
She was in, and she may currently still be playing in a band called AKA, but she was also in Nadia, the band Nadia.
Okay, yes, and I have heard of them.
And she's currently with Nadia. But at the time, there was a Facebook group started on Facebook, the Women Who Rock Springfield. I'm not sure if you're familiar.
I think I'm very familiar. So, and as you said that, Nadia, are they an all-girl group?
All girl, yeah.
I've actually run lights for them at the Riff.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're badass.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, very cool.
They're good for girls. Ugh, I hate that phrase.
I do too.
You're good
Here's
for a
something
girl.
else that I hate, but I feel like I need to say it, so I'm going to say it. If you look at these people, these women, they look like typical soccer mom kind of, and then they get out there, and I'm talking
they
like jam
get-
the F out.
Yeah, yeah.
It
they're
is so
fantastic.
cool.
Yeah.
Yes, I totally know who you're talking about now. Yeah.
So the other parts of the lineup were coming together, and Melinda also played with a guy named Ron in AKA. So they kind of came together as a rhythm section package, which
Okay.
was nice.
Mhm.
'Cause they already knew each other. So he joined, and then we actually got Shannon Stein, who's also in Nadia, to play rhythm guitar.
Mhm.
And then we were having a hard time finding a lead player that was into the music. Like I said, I asked Russ to do it.
Right.
And we, I wanted to get players that weren't necessarily known from some of the popular bands in town. However, when it came down to it, we ended up with Brad from Machine Gun Symphony. and he was our first guitar
That's
player
right.
for about 6 months. He was never going to be a full-time, like, forever player. He just came on to get us kick-started, and he killed it. He was awesome. So that was the original lineup of Violet that's started in 2014. And then band members rotate throughout the years.
Sure. I was going to say, and like I said, in doing my research, like as I'm looking at pictures and videos, I'm like, man, there is like a constant roster change.
Yeah,
So,
yeah.
but like you said, if people were like invested in a short time or like, here, we'll help you get this up on off the ground. And that's the thing too, right? Like you could tell somebody, oh, I've got this set list here and this is what I want to do. But until people see it and hear it for themselves,
Yeah.
they're like, I want in on that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I think they all knew me as a singer from Bad Habit and
Yes.
years and years. So part of them were expecting that same kind of set list, including the audience. The audience was expecting me to just continue that 80s rock set list.
Yes.
So some were, I hate to say this, disappointed
Yep.
when
No,
they
no, no.
saw the Violet show.
Yep.
And then some have latched on and become super fans, and which is kind of fun. But this current lineup,
Are those
we've
your
had-
like your woo girls and
yeah,
stuff?
my Woo Girls
Yeah.
and Stacy Smith and people that are at every single
Right.
show.
The people that are invested in Tara.
Yeah, and not
Yeah.
not only that, but they believe in what the songs are saying.
True.
But we add what's right now. I'll say this: our current lineup. We've been together for like 3.5 years, actually.
Mm-hmm.
So this current lineup's been together for a while. We took a kind of an 8-month hiatus for a minute and came back in November and started playing again. The last show we just did at Shuffle, we didn't rehearse since January, and it was just a couple weeks ago, and it was killer. It was super fun.
I was there for that, and that was a lot of freaking fun.
It was
That
super fun.
So I've seen you guys play. I think it was in November or December that the Ron Hill benefit
yeah,
that you played at, and I went and watched you there, and that was my first actual. Like I'd seen video clips and stuff, but that was my first in person watching you with Violet. I've seen you with other bands, and I was like, man, this is cool, and it really translates. Like what you're saying, this is where your heart is. This is what you feel, and this is the words that you feel need to be said, and your delivery in that is just stellar.
Thank you.
For real, stellar. You're the kind of person, in my opinion, that could stand there with a microphone with her eyes closed and not move a muscle and tell a story with the emotion behind your voice. And I
Aw.
think that's just fantastic.
Thank you.
Yeah, no, absolutely.
kind.
So I want to jump over here to our comments in the live
Okay.
chat. Josh says, oh yeah, we'll get to that in a second. Josh says he was a co-founder of AKA.
Oh, okay,
I did not know
cool.
that. Very
Nice.
cool.
Very cool.
Deb talking about Nadia, don't judge a book by its cover. Absolutely. That's absolutely true. Deb, I want to tell you too, I meant to say this in several episodes. The covers that you throw up on your Facebook page of you singing and stuff, I think are absolutely out of this world. I same as with what I said with Cheri, like just the songs that you pick and stuff, doesn't matter if it's a guy singing it or a girl singing it, it's what's in your heart, and I think that's fantastic. The phrase "they're good for the girls" is so out of date. Yeah, I agree. They're good for girls, especially now that there is women in music, movies, UFC, other sports, always stealing the show every freaking time. Preach, sister. I'm here for it.
Yep.
Denise says, "I remember Machine Gun Symphony from the
Sertoma.
Sertoma
Sertoma.
chili cook-off. Yeah, they were good. Yes, they were. Denise, you probably remember also back in the day. In fact, I think it just came up on my memory. So that if I'm doing my math right, I think that was 11 years ago. My sister and my mom came down from North Missouri to watch a Machine Gun Symphony show. I was like, well, they came down and I'm like, oh, there's this band playing. You got to see it. And this is when Dan was still in the band and stuff, and we
My
went to the
husband,
ballroom. So what's funny, yes, your husband. What's funny is for those of you that live here in Springfield and are familiar with the Outland Ballroom, and woohoo, it's still open. And you know how like janky the floor is and has been
Oh,
forever. My mom is petrified of heights, and so she walks upstairs, she's all good, and she sees the floor, and she's like, and she's like this she's against the wall like this, and like I'm not moving. She's like, at this floor case, I want to at least have this wall, and maybe there'll be like a little strip of floor that stays.
Yep.
And
Oh,
that
wow.
place
Feel
was,
that.
Yeah.
but here's the thing: it's not even just the floor; it was the fact that the place was packed, and
Yeah,
like
and
the,
the whole
rabid
floor.
fans
The
for
whole
Machine Gun.
floor
Yep.
just goes up and
Exactly.
down and-
Yeah. Yep. And of course, my sister and I are just in the middle, like, yeah, that's great.
Who cares?
Yeah.
Let's do it.
Yeah. So that's my memory of Denise seeing Machine Gun Symphony. But you're right; I forgot they did play at Chili Cook-Off.
A lot. They headlined for like 5 years
That's
or so.
Yep, very true. Very true. Okay, so another thing that Josh has brought up, and I guess we'll go ahead and touch on now. Did you know that Tara worked at the Statler Brothers? True story. As a matter of fact, I did. I want to talk about that. How did that gig get? How did you land the gig?
I toured with a country band in the 90s called Midnight Rodeo, and there was a concert promoter in Joplin who also owned a bar, and we would play there periodically. We would play the Paint Stallion or whatever in Joplin, and we'd play the road and come back. Anyway, so this concert promoter was working with artists. Actually, early on, they were working with Garth Brooks and some other artists that launched out pretty huge, Clint Black. But they were also booking the Statler Brothers and booking several artists in there. And they always said they wanted to get us or me in front of one of their artists to kind of help promote. I was only like 23, 24 at the when I first met them, 23, 24. So it would have been great to be a launching pad. So it actually move on to about 1998. They had me open 3 shows for the Statler Brothers.
Now, is that there in Joplin, or is that like actually on tour, or
on tour?
Okay.
So they were doing 3 Missouri shows that particular moment in June of '98. They did Willow Spring. Oh, can't believe that. Can't remember. Where's Porter Wagner from?
hold that thought?
Yeah.
Oh, Google it.
Yep.
So why can't I remember that?
I
West
have-
Plains. West Plains.
Okay, West Plains.
Joplin and St. Joseph. So it was West Plains, then St. Joseph, then Joplin. And so they basically they had talked to the Statler's manager, Marshall Grant, and this is a long story. I'll try to make it short.
No.
And they wanted to introduce me to them to possibly go and work with them on a show or 2 or 3 or 7 or whatever. So I didn't have a band at the time because my bass player was going through cancer treatments, and we had kind of dissolved the band. My ex and I had kind of dissolved the band anyway. So it was like, what do I do? So we just put together a set of tracks, 9 songs, and I did a half an hour show in those 3 shows in front of 5,000, 8,000, and 3,000 people.
Wow. Now, when you're saying tracks, are you talking about things that you've written, or are you talking about
Covers?
Okay, yeah.
Absolutely covers.
Yep.
And I did one of my originals, I think, in that set.
Okay.
And so after the first show, it was fun to hang out with the band and all this, and I didn't meet the Statlers. I got to see their show. Then after the second show in St. Joseph, actually before the second show, Marshall Grant, who was Johnny Cash's original bass player, if anybody doesn't know that, you can Google him.
Okay.
He takes me aside and he goes, what are you doing the rest of the year? After the first show, before the second show.
No, they played actually in Mountain Home or Mountain View. Mountain Grove,
West
Plains. One of those towns over that
Over that
direction.
way.
Yeah.
West Plains,
somewhere
at the
in Missouri.
Civic Center in West Plains, and then we were doing one of the Civic Centers up in St. Joseph, and then we were doing the Memorial Hall in Joplin. So
Very cool.
before the St. Joe show, he took me aside and asked me what I was doing for the rest of the year, and I was like, "Funny you should say that. Nothing."
My schedule just
Here,
cleared up.
Let me check my schedule.
Right.
And so he says, "Well, I want to talk to you after the show." I was like, "Okay." So I'm getting up there in front of 5,000 people or 8,000 people in that one,
Wow.
and do my little half an hour set with a cassette track. You push play.
Really?
It
Wow.
was
So no
awful.
backing, man, no nothing. Just
No,
you and a
just
microphone
me
and
and a microphone.
hope that there's no girl you know it's true action going on.
Oh man, I've got stories. But anyway, because I eventually went to DAT tape, CDs to DAT, and
Yep.
everything. Got high tech,
Yep.
So anyway, move on to Joplin, and so I'm doing my Joplin show, and well, after the show, when he was like, "We are actually interested in having you open the rest of the tour for the rest of the year." Wow. Okay.
Dang.
Then in Joplin, I was doing my show, and I think I ended it with Broken Wing at the time.
Martina.
And, yeah, and then during, I don't know, maybe a third song or something like this, I noticed people in the wings, and I didn't want to look because I'm paying attention to my crowd, right?
But you
And so I'm-
feel it, they're there.
Yeah, yeah. So I'm singing, and at the end of Broken Wing, the big note at the end, and the crowd's clapping and being nice, I hear this raucous screaming and clapping from the sidelines. It's the Statler Brothers.
Wow.
They were sitting
Man.
there right there, and they were going nuts. So, and I entered from the right, stage right, and I was supposed to go off stage right, but they waved me on stage left, so I went off over there.
Right.
And they were just big hugs and like, welcome to the tour, basically.
My goodness.
So that's how
Man.
that started. It was kind of a fun, long
But now
story.
you said that was like in 98. That
98.
didn't just last for 98, correct?
Correct. We went on to 2002, so I did the last 5 years of their tours.
Think about
So-
that, man. That is insane.
Yeah.
And the reason I knew that, my research, I went and found an article from CMT.com.
Oh yeah.
I don't know if you read this before or not, but according to CMT.com, they did a sit down interview kind of thing with the Statler brothers, talking about their tour that was coming up, etc. And here's a little excerpt from it. It says the Statlers' 2001 tour will take them to auditoriums and civic centers in approximately 80 cities. They are legendary for the rising talents they have nourished as their opening acts. Among these acts were Barbara Mandrell, Reba McEntire, Tammy Wynette, Brenda Lee, Ricky Skaggs, Susie Boggess, The Judds, and Garth Brooks. Tara Lynn is their current opener.
Yay!
Damn!
That's cool.
That is so cool. Are you kidding me? That is so freaking cool.
That's nice.
No, that's so fantastic. So, you know, and I know Josh was kind of somewhat tongue-in-cheek talking about the Statler Brothers because that's kind of an inside joke on your unsung chat. But I do think it deserves a platform and a chance for the story to be told.
It's pretty darn fun. It was a good time
so
musically for me.
When you're doing this, let me rephrase this. So when you played your first show, you had a backing track on a cassette tape. Was that the way it was the whole time, or did they eventually supply you with a backing band, or how did that aspect work?
There was no band. It was tracks the entire time. And
wow.
Marshall would always announce me, and he would always announce me singing live to her pre-recorded tracks.
Gotcha.
So the audience
they knew,
would understand.
Right. You weren't trying to throw them a curveball.
Yeah, I wasn't lip syncing, and they could realize that, and they would be more comfortable. Because if they just saw a person singing, they would think I'm sitting there lip syncing, and they wouldn't approve of it. Some people didn't like it. Now I have to say, some of their fans were not a fan, but most of their fans, I got standing ovations. They were so awesome and warm. I would say 99.9% of their fans were freaking awesome to me. So and so were the Statlers. So it was a good time.
Denise says, what were some of the covers that you sang?
I did a lot of classic country because I was singing to a classic audience.
Right. So let's keep that in mind. The Statlers were big in what, 70s, 80s?
They started in 64.
Oh, okay. Wow.
And so they went on until 2002.
So you were probably, your average concert goer was what, 50s, 60s, 40s?
I would say 60s is a good place to be.
So you're catering to that audience.
Yes. So I did a lot of Loretta Lynn, Tammy Wynette, Patsy Cline, of course. But I also threw in a Martina. I did some Leanne Rimes, and I did one original per set each year.
Gotcha. No, like the Leanne Rimes and stuff, that was very current at the time. So I think that's cool because it kind of showed a kaleidoscope of everything.
Yeah.
Something of what you did, something old, something new, something borrowed, something blue. No, that's very cool. So had you played with a band per se, like actual musicians and stuff prior to that?
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
I was touring with my country band from 92 to 98.
Gotcha.
And then when that dissolved in 98 is when the Statler gig came up.
Very cool. No, that's so cool. So I'm assuming the tape thing was just a cost-cutting measure. You don't have to bring a band, and they don't have to tour and all that, and especially since it was for the 3 dates on the original one.
Absolutely. So
gotcha.
the cassette was only that first 3 dates.
Gotcha.
I went to CD, got all high tech,
right?
Until it skipped on me one time during the show.
So it did.
Oh yeah.
Oh, do tell.
Oh yeah.
Oh, do tell.
So I'm singing Broken Wing, right? The big closer. And somewhere I knew the song so well. I had been singing it already in the band for years. So I got up there, and then I don't remember exactly where it was in the song, but it just kept skipping forward.
Oh, no.
Yeah, it just kept skipping forward. So I'm sitting there, she loved him like he was, and just, I had to catch it.
Holy cow. So you're like constantly cutting out words and go to the next line.
Yeah.
And,
the whole second verse skipped. And then all of a sudden, for some reason on the chorus, it started, and it just played for the rest of the song. And so it was a horrible, there was a huge audience too, 10,000 people at some thing in Minot, North Dakota.
Dang.
And it was gut wrenching. So,
I can only imagine that stress.
So the sound engineer was like, "You're going to DAT. We're going to DAT because and you're going to have a backup, and you're going to have a CD backup, and you're going
to have a backup to the backup's backup." Yeah,
says,
no.
We're going to have them playing at the same time, so we can just immediately switch it over. Blah, blah, blah. So it never happened again.
I know how bad you felt, but being in production, I can only imagine that scramble for them to what is going on? What do we do? How do we fix it?
Yeah, because
and then they have to make the call. Do we just cut it and let you go a cappella? Do we end the song?
Exactly. And that was actually the thought, was to just stop it and let her finish the song.
That's what I would. Yeah.
They knew me well enough that I wasn't about to just stop a song.
Right.
I'm not going to do that. And so if they had stopped, because I was thinking that too. I was thinking if they do just stop this tape, this CD, and they just stop it, I will sing a cappella and finish the song. And it would be weird, but it would be better than just going, "Oh, that was awful," and just
that was weird. Thanks for coming, everybody. Yeah, no, for real.
And it was my closer too, so it was like,
I was low key kind of hoping that you would say it just kept skipping on the word "fly" at the very end, fly, 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 and then you just had to keep going on your big note.
Yep. No,
I can't imagine the amount of fear. But it's amazing. That's part of the artistry that I love is like in a split second, all that you're like, oh shit.
Now what do I do?
And then
Yeah.
it's like, okay, well I'm not doing this and I'm gonna do this. And like in a split second, you're thinking, oh God, I'm screwed, but this is how I'm gonna go about fixing it, and this is
Yep.
what I'm gonna do to like polish it and be like, yeah, that's
And never
that's
let
what we
them
do.
see you sweat.
Yep.
Never admit it. Hi, Stephanie Cagle. I just saw her pop on
Oh
here.
yeah. She says, hey Tara Lynn Fritz.
Yay.
Denise says, very cool. All wonderful women and legends in country music, and I love them all. They are. Yeah, that's a great set list. Do you ever throw any of that kind of stuff back in,
Yeah.
like with your current stuff? You do.
Yeah.
That's
We do in Violet. We do what we call like a little keg party, where we do a bunch of the '80s songs that people want to hear.
gotcha.
And then we also
Is it like they just throw out, I want to hear this, and then you do it kind of thing?
No, I just know what they want to hear.
Okay,
You
fair.
know,
Yeah.
Journey, and anyway.
Yep.
So we do about 5 or 6 songs that just to feed the wolves for a second. And I don't mean that negatively. I just mean that's what we do. And I say that from the stage. I'm like, okay, fine, here, have this
Yep.
group. But I also throw a Patsy Cline song in once in a while. And I'll just we have I don't know if we've done. I can't remember any of the other classic stuff we've done because my players aren't really country players except for
Right.
Larry, my bass player. But we do that once in a while just to kind of throw it in to show people. We've done crazy in boot and things. So yeah, we just once in a while we'll throw in a classic country
No,
song.
that's fantastic. So it sounds like you've won everybody over. Like I'm sure people are curious to hear what you sound like. Guess what? I got some video.
Of course you do.
So this, as you were saying, you played your last show for a while on a hiatus kind of thing. I think, would you say November? Is that right? And then you came back just in June and
we played our last show in like February of last year.
Right.
Then took off till about November and then came back and just played in June.
Gotcha.
play
So
for,
think
like, a
about
riff?
that. So like almost a year, and then you're going
We have.
like with one show in between kind of thing.
Yeah.
And it was
yeah, yeah.
fantastic. I was there for it. That's what this is.
Oh, cool.
So this is June 20th of 2020 at Shuffle. And this is Tara Lynn Fritz with Violet. I love your hair. It's very fun. Love it. I hate that the video stopped at that time, but yeah, no, it's
That's cool.
fantastic.
Yay.
Do you cringe when you watch yourself? Like, are you critiquing? Like, when you just watch that, are you like, oh, what was I
I'm
doing?
constantly critiquing.
I find that interesting because I found that to be amazing.
Oh, thank you.
Like
But
I was saying,
I'm not saying I didn't find anything.
no, for sure.
I'm just
Well,
playing.
and
I'm just
there's a
playing,
reason I'm asking, and I'm working up to that. But I think it's only good for everybody to watch their stuff back.
Mm-hmm.
And again, it doesn't matter. Like I watch this podcast back. I've watched bands of mine that have played before.
Yeah.
Watch shows back that way. That's how you get better. It's how you perfect your craft. But I say that to say, where was I going with that? I don't know. Anyway, so what I was saying earlier, you're the kind of person vocally that can stand there, not move a muscle, have your eyes closed, be in another realm, and tell a story. But you choose not to. You still go the extra step and get into it and bring people in. And dude, that's what I love. That's like making a vocal performance and also a stage performance in one unit. I think that's so cool. I think there's a lot of people that could get by with less, and so they do. I appreciate that you don't.
Oh, thank
Yeah.
you. Thanks.
The reason I bring up the critique is Tara, for those of you who don't know, is also a vocal coach. Yeah. So can you tell me a little bit about like how you got into that? Was it a transition from singing? Did you do it parallel to your band careers? How did that go?
I was actually asked by Donovan at Springfield Music.
Not the 70s musician Donovan.
Yeah.
that apparently nobody knows.
I'm so glad you do. I love Donovan.
I am a
Great.
huge Donovan fan, but my commenters on the '70s show that we did had no idea who he was, and I'm like,
Oh,
okay,
wow.
all right, well,
Nice.
so
Yeah, totally. So Donovan Bankhead from Springfield Music actually came and saw the band Violet early on. No, I take that back. No, he saw Bad Habit.
okay,
And he was looking for some vocal teachers at Springfield Music, and he asked me if I would, and I'm like, I don't know how to teach. I just sing. And he's like, well, what it is a bunch of just young people, young 10, 11, 12-year-olds who want to just kind of work on their craft. And he says, you had to have learned from somewhere, and somebody gave you thoughts and lessons when you were younger. And I was like, that's true. And so I started in 2011 at Springfield Music teaching, and had up to 14, 15 students at one time. And I was doing recitals every 3 months. And from there, I've learned how to teach better.
right.
And it's very custom to the student. I don't just have a curriculum that I say, okay, la la la, here we go.
Right.
It's you got to tell me your story and see what we want to work on.
Well, and
things.
where in your journey are you?
Yeah.
And where do you want to be?
Yeah. And I have mostly adult students now, which I actually am having a lot of fun working with, because it's more like molding a craft rather than starting a craft.
Right.
Which
Yeah.
I love working with the kids. Don't get me wrong, but it's just, especially when someone's already a singer,
Mm-hmm.
and I can kind of just kind of sculpt something a little bit. From
Something
there.
that's at least already there.
Yeah.
You've got your clump of something.
Yeah,
Now, do
yeah.
you find it hard to chisel away the bad habits? No, I mean, no pun intended.
That's
of
funny.
those people that, like you said, you're enjoying working with adults, but I assume with their experience and stuff comes bad habits,
Yes,
sort of thing.
yes.
Is that hard for you to break those with people?
Yes.
Yeah.
One of the hardest things to do is to people need to find where to breathe from, and that's the hardest thing to teach, and it's also the hardest thing to implement as a singer. And when you actually do it properly, it makes a ton of difference. And so getting them to continue to do that and not take their breaths from here, it's hard to it's hard to get them to do that. And once they finally do and realize it and learn how to work that themselves, it's great. But there are
Yeah.
tons of other bad habits that singers have, that aren't necessarily bad. It's just try this and it'll work better.
So do you find it okay? And do you find? Well, I'm asking this for the people. I already know the answer because I was a student of yours for over a year, and I thought you were a fantastic teacher. The thing that I found interesting, and this is what I'm getting at, is you're able to pinpoint those bad habits, but you're also able to kind of decipher, okay, that's a bad habit, but that bad habit's kind of working for this
Yeah,
person.
yeah.
I want to keep that, but I want
Right.
to tweak it a little bit. Like you've really perfected that. Is that something that came with time, or did you jump into that with your adults and be like, okay, no, this is what they need, and I know that this is what they need?
Yeah, and I don't know what they need right off the bat. So it's like it comes, and sometimes each lesson is very, very different from the last. And I make notes because I forget. I can't remember everything.
I'm a big note taker. I have no memory.
So so when I see something that's kind of their style, I don't want to make everybody a carbon copy of what I do, because that would be boring and that would suck.
Yes.
So I see what's good about that particular singer, and I go with that. I don't want to just change them into a big, bluesy, gutsy, bold, loud singer. I one of the, if
You're not trying to make multiple Terras. You're
Correct,
trying to
yeah.
make
Yeah.
artists.
Yeah. And so if you come to me with a little thing that you do, then I'm like, no, that's your thing. I'm not going to change
Yep.
that unless
So-
it's hurting your vocal cords. And if it's something
Yes.
that's damaging,
If something's not right, yes,
Yeah, that's
physically,
different. That's
100%. Yeah, for me, so obviously people know that I'm a big Guns N' Roses fan, and that's kind of the style that I bring, is kind of that really nasally, top of your throat kind of singing. And Tara's taught in the year plus that I had lessons with you. It's cool to dive into that every now and then, but you don't have to live there.
Right.
And
Right.
that's, a quick example of kind of what I'm getting at. And I think that's really cool that you're using the right words, like you're sculpting, you're helping somebody create and find their own voice. So many people, sing covers and stuff, and they feel like they don't have a voice.
Yeah.
It's in there. I promise you, it's already
Yeah.
in there.
Yeah.
It's a matter of finding it, and you're able to help people see that. So I think that's fantastic. Abigail, my cousin, writes, I had to watch a speech I did back in my public speaking class. Easy for me to say. Not good, and I don't know how people listen to my voice. Same for me. I don't know what your reason is. I actually think you're very well spoken, and I love your voice. I feel like I talk like a hillbilly. I feel like I sing like a hillbilly. Guess what? When I meet people, when I've met Cheri, when I met Tara, I bet you that her first thought wasn't, man, he sounds like a hillbilly. They just, you speak and it's accepted. You should do the same for yourself.
Yep.
Now, every now and then you'll meet somebody. I'm trying to think of a example. What's the he's a comedian guy. He played the parrot in Aladdin. Gilbert Godfrey. Every now and then
yes.
you'll have somebody with a voice like that, and that's unique. And he probably hates hearing his voice back too. But guess what? That's what makes him great. Is he's his own person,
100%.
his own voice. So I know it's hard to hear, and it makes you uncomfortable. Just live in it. It's your voice, and I think it's great. Josh Poole says, "I can't lie, Tara Fritz. The guys in What's Next were crushing on you. It was one of the reasons we liked playing at the Boondocks."
Yay! How fun!
Oh, that's
cute.
great.
I owned a bar for a little while called the Boondocks.
Oh, really?
Back in 03 to 05.
Was that here in Springfield?
No, Mount Vernon.
Wow.
The old Boondocks. Yeah.
Wow. I'll be darned. This girl will be another one of your students. Just
Hi, Amy O.
Yep. Just saying, I'm in.
Love you, Amy.
Yep. Amy from Republic down at Just One More.
Yep.
Yep. She has an ear for individuality. Absolutely. And here's the thing that I really appreciate. She has that when she goes and watches somebody live, somebody that's not even a student. She's like, I like what she's doing right there. And she just that's part of being a teacher, I'm sure, is it's no different for me when I was a hairstylist. Like, I look at people's hair, but I'm not like, that's not the only thing I'm focused on. I don't say that to mean that, but you're able to see that in people, no matter where you are, that kind of thing. I think it's just a sign of a good teacher.
I have to say that one of the things I'm loving that I'm seeing in this scene right now is voices like this one that's lower. We don't have to have a freaking high voice, a Mariah Carey. We don't have to have that to be a girl singer. You can just, whatever you have, find your wheelhouse and do it. Because something about high singers, and everybody likes the guys that with the tenor voice, and that's great. That's fine. It's fine to like that, but we need a multitude of tones and ranges. We don't have to all have 5 octaves and all this crap. I mean, it's great if you have a 2-octave range and stay there. There's nothing wrong with that.
Well, and there's nothing wrong too with knowing where you belong, because sometimes when you belong in this little box and you try to get out of it, and it's like, I don't really care for that. But if you're right here and you're amazing, be amazing.
Yeah.
I mean, and in your own time, work on that.
I'll also add that a lot of people have a bigger range than they think.
That's probably very true. As a vocalist, and I'm not a vocal coach. I've been asked multiple times, "Can you teach me?" I'm like, "Oh no, I don't. I can't describe what I do. I just do it." I can never make that translation. To me, that's honestly probably the thing I admire about you the most, is you're able to vocalize verbally. This is what you're doing. This is why you're doing it. This is how you need to do it, and this is why. Cool. I can't do that. I'm just like, I don't know. This is what I do. So, I don't know where I was going with that one either. But
thank you.
You're good at that.
Nice of you to say that. Thank you.
Absolutely. Okay, so everybody is, again, we're just reeling them in here. Everybody's dying to play another game.
Oh, yeah.
And I'm dying to hear you girls sing.
Uh-oh.
What?
Uh-oh.
Okay.
What? You think we're singers or something?
I'm terrible at karaoke. Which is really weird because I'm in a cover band, but karaoke, not my thing.
Well, Okay, so, Kim, good point. How horrible would it be if we all sounded the same?
Yeah.
Life would be boring if we all sounded the same, if we all thought the same, if we all dressed the same. Yeah, I agree. Okay, let's see here. Christy, this is a book. I love it. A great example is the band Butcher Babies.
Oh,
Yes,
I love
2
them.
female singers. One does high pitch, the other does low and screamer type music, and it's great. It's so great together. You guys are right. It's all about individuality based for sure. Yeah, exactly. And that's exactly what I was saying, is like, if you belong here and this is where you're great, be great. And if you want to bring somebody in that's great on this, that you're, kind of filling those gaps, like you're saying, it's a fantastic combination. So I dig it.
I like it.
Dig it. Todd says, girls like incredibly low voice and a guy way more than a tenor. Well,
because he has an incredibly low voice.
True. And because not everybody does. So
He's got a great range, though. Todd actually.
He really does. He's a great singer. Yeah. Okay, so.
Papa Mao Mao.
Yeah. Okay, so here's how you play karaoke cutoff.
I'm nervous now.
Okay.
Finish the next line.
Are we going to be able to see lyrics? Because
Yeah,
I'm terrible with lyrics.
That's all right. I should have played a finish the lyrics game. Oh, maybe I will. Okay.
I'm terrible with lyrics.
Here's how this works. You got to finish the line when the music stops. So
boy.
imagine musical chairs, right? And when the music stops, you got to sit down and grab your chair. Well, on cutoff karaoke, when the music stops, you have to finish the next line.
Okay.
So you kind of have to know the lyrics.
Okay.
Oh boy. And the song.
Right.
No. Are you ready? No.
No.
Are you ready? No.
No.
All right, let's see who's up first. Tara, we'll start with you.
Okay. Oh boy. Oh God. Alrighty then.
Alrighty then.
Oh, but Jared, I didn't warm up.
Oh, forgive me. I should have given you proper notice. Oh, no, because guess what? We're not that planned. Contrary to popular belief.
Oh boy.
Okay, so I'll make that
we
bigger
went-
on our screen
we
so
went
that you
big
can
screen.
see.
Okay. So
Okay.
thank you, because I don't want to put on my glasses.
Right.
Thank
No, that's fair. We got to keep the cool vibes, man.
you. All right.
Okay, so here we go.
Okay. Am I supposed to sing right
Yeah.
now? Let me unbreak my heart. Say you love me again. Undo this hurt that you caused when you walked out the door and walked out of my life. Uncry these tears. Something like that.
Girl, that's the money shot right there.
Nailed it. Oh, it was freaking awesome, man.
And this is the part where I fail.
Oh
Nope.
no, honey, you've said that every time. And
I
you
know,
didn't
but-
I'm sitting here looking at the leaderboard. I don't know if y'all can see that, but
Yeah.
there we go.
Mhm,
Yep.
yeah.
She's
I
killing
can't
it.
see that.
You can't see that?
I mean, I saw it, but
Oh, do you need to borrow some glasses?
shut up, Jared.
Okay, Cheri. Let's see what we got in store for you. Oh.
Wow.
Oh. Okay. How you feeling about this?
I don't really know.
No? All right. We'll wing it. You know.
Never feel you in my arms again. If I never feel your tender kiss again. If I never hear I love you now and then. Whoops. Will I never make love to you once again? Please understand.
It's
love is.
Oh, wait.
Then I promise you
That
I shall never breathe again.
Breathe again. Yeah! See, I told you. Let me just put another point down here for Cheri.
Very good.
One down for
Very
Tara.
good.
You guys are killing it. You guys are so much fun. I'm loving this. Okay, so I hit the button, and Tara, it looks like you got some Mary J. Blige.
I don't know this song.
I'm
You
unfamiliar
don't.
with this
I don't
one as
know
well.
Oh
this
my
song.
goodness. Okay, well, I'll have to help you.
All right.
While all the time that I was loving
I have no
you,
idea.
you were busy loving yourself. Everybody. I would stop breathing if you told me to. Now you're busy loving someone else.
I don't know it.
Cheri?
No.
11 years out of my life. Besides the kids, I have nothing to show. Wasted my years all for a while. I should have left your ass a long time ago.
Wow.
That's not how I sing at all, but you know.
nice.
Hit the wrong
Yeah.
button.
Completely didn't know that song. I am sorry about that.
No, that's all good. It's all good.
I'm on a show. We're
That's
gonna
like
talk
a
about her.
throwback from the way back. Like it's down deep. Like it's no.
Right? That's totally fair. Okay, so here's what we're gonna do. This episode is all about Toni Braxton and Mary J. Blige,
Okay.
as you could see. So we're gonna do a little commercial, and after that commercial plays, I'm gonna put together our bracket board, and we're gonna go through our tournament of champions on the
Awesome.
first round. So stick around. We'll be back in just 1 second.
Are you interested in being a guest? We want you. Please message or email if you are interested in becoming a guest for the show. We'd love to have music lovers of all kinds join in on our fun. Message and follow us on Facebook and Twitter at the Audio Roast Podcast. Or send us an email with questions, comments, suggestions, or topics you'd like to hear discussed to the Audio Roast Podcast at gmail.com.
All right. And we're going to play a game called Virtual Password.
This is exciting.
Those of you at home won't be able to see what we see and vice versa, so there's going to be no cheating, no none of that nonsense.
You are so prepared with your paper clips. And
Oh,
your-
you don't even, you don't.
Look at you.
Girl,
Look at you with your paper
girl,
clips.
come on now.
Oh, shit.
Come on
Dan,
now.
are you watching this? Dan, are you watching this?
Of course,
Because...
well, he better be. He's playing the motherfucking
oh,
game.
Oh, wait. Yeah, that's right.
All right, yes. So, Christy and Dan, I hope you're ready.
Me too, Christy.
So,
Oh, I see what you're doing.
Yes.
You hid the comment. I got you.
So, fellow podcaster sees what's up. Okay, Cheri, so since you don't know how to play, and there may be people watching that don't know how to play, here's the rules. I'm going to give the players a password. They are to give a one-word clue
One word.
to their teammate, and the teammate is allowed one word as an answer. If they get it wrong, you'll hear a sound. If you're wrong, you'll hear this. Okay.
Well, that's kind of a sad wrong.
That's
Well, not only that, it wasn't
like wah wah.
I know.
Well, it's kind of okay.
That works.
Okay,
Yeah.
I get it. What's
Yeah.
the right answer?
Okay.
It's like a hearing test.
Graphics department is up here today, and audio department is like way down here. So get your shit together, audio department. I'm talking to you.
The audio
Yeah.
department needs help. So, what are the teams?
Okay, so the teams are going to be swapped.
Ooh,
Cheri,
oh.
you will be with Dan, and Christy will be with Tara.
I get Christy. Yay! Okay, cool.
Dan,
Okay.
you better be
All
good
right.
at this game. Cause
So the online players,
Okay.
that's Dan and Christy, are going to be trying to get the in-studio guests, that's Cheri and Tara, to guess the password first.
Okay.
So what I'm going to do is throw the password. Okay, so I'm throwing up the first word for you girls to guess.
Okay.
Making sure you can't see this.
I can't
Okay.
see anything. All
Okay.
I see is what
So,
you got in front of
to-
us.
To Dan and Christy, that's the word that you're trying to get
So they-
Tara and Cheri to guess.
They both can see,
They both can see great big across the bottom of the screen what the word
but
is that you're
we
trying to guess.
can't
We can't
see it.
see.
But
You can't
my
see nothing.
partner is Christy, and she's going to give me a one-word clue.
Correct.
Dan's going to give you a one-word clue
Oh,
to
good.
guess this one word.
Yes.
Okay.
So Dan is going to go first and give the word to Cheri.
Okay.
Um.
I can't answer. It's Cheri.
Okay, Dan, it's one word. You can't use two.
If it's
The rules-
hyphenated,
the rules are
it is
so-
one word.
Dan,
But it's
Dan,
not. It's
get
not.
your shit
He's
together.
actually got one word in parentheses and then the hint, and I'm
Then
like,
there you go.
You can't
It's
do
like-
that.
But it's not a real word.
Dan, get your shit
okay,
together.
so okay, ladies. I'm sorry, I say ladies. Cheri, meaning not that you're not a ladies, meaning that you are a lady.
Totally fine.
I can't answer. This
Correct.
is her teammate.
Okay, so Dan gives you the clue of mama.
Queen.
Oh shit. Incorrect.
Okay. Okay. Okay.
Oh. There's your wrong answer.
There you
That's
go.
better. I like that
Good.
better.
I like that.
I like that better. Okay. Wrong. You're wrong. Oh,
Is
wrong
this
mouse.
musically related?
No.
Okay.
Or wait.
Yes, but no.
Okay.
So the actual words are not necessarily, but just keep in mind what today's theme has been, and you'll be in the ballpark.
Okay.
Okay.
Oh.
Yeah.
Can I have a re-guess then?
Okay.
No, ma'am. Okay. Tara, your clue is fighting.
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 Unbreak my heart.
That's 3 words. Thank God for fingers.
All right.
That's what she said.
Mama.
Okay, so
It's good shit.
Dan, what the fuck are you doing, Dan? Where are you going with it? Oh, that's actually really good. I see what you did there. You're a smart motherfucker. I don't care what Tara says at all.
To be fair, we've been here the whole time. Tara's not said anything.
I
Okay.
have not said anything. But he
Okay.
watches our show, so.
Oh, it's great. Okay, Cheri, your clue is Shakespeare.
Drama.
Oh God, I can't get there quick enough. That's correct. Oh, actually. Fuck.
Yes.
That's so
Nice.
loud.
Okay, so she wins.
Yes, she wins. Okay.
Okay.
So now
Why
then,
was it Mama?
Mama
And
drama,
fighting?
like
mama
baby
drama, baby mama drama. So, and I think so. His 2-word thing was blank mama,
baby mama.
drama mama, which
But
it should
the-
have been
but
mama
the
drama.
password was Shakespeare?
No, the
No,
password
hint
was drama.
Shakespeare.
Shakespeare was the hint. So since he wrote dramas and tragedies, that's how we got there. Okay, now then,
I
on
got you.
my little paperclip
I need to
things,
fucking wake up, man.
the password is being passed to
Oh,
you,
oh,
and the
I got
password
you.
is being passed to
This is
you.
the same word. We have the same word.
You guys have the same word that you're given.
We are not going to say
You're giving
this.
the boys. You're
We
not gonna
don't
say it out loud.
this.
No.
And girl.
Correct.
Okay, so this is okay. All right.
Okay, so we had Dan go first, and Dan's with you. So Tara, you go first against Christy.
Chrissy's my partner.
Yep.
Private.
Christy says relationship.
Hmm.
Cheri.
Lies.
I love it. I love this. I love that. Nice work.
Thank you. Audio department's picking it up.
The
What do you know?
audio department is coming back. Yes.
Dan's guess is secret.
Ding, ding, ding.
He wins. He
Very
wins.
good.
That's,
Very
that's
good.
a win. That's a win. Nice work.
Very
nice
good.
work. Yes.
All right, secrets.
That's good.
The password is on your screen right now for those of you watching at home.
Oh, see, we can't see that. We can't see that. Me and
Can't
Cheri.
see
it. Cheri and I can't see
Yeah.
that.
I wish we could see
Cheri,
it.
baby. Cheri.
Oh, like I've never heard that before.
Cheri, baby.
Okay. Oh, good.
Is this Christy?
This is Christy giving the hint to Tara.
Yes.
Your clue is internal.
Internal. Heart.
Oh. 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 No. I lost my other sound effects, so we're
Got
changing
you.
it up.
So just go eh. Or bing, bing.
No, that won't work.
Okay.
Anyway, next. Okay. Cheri, your clue is spiritual.
Breathe.
Good guess.
No.
Dang it. It sounds like it's samurai.
True. Christy, it is your play to give a clue to Tara.
This is so much fun. I just want to say, this is so much fun.
I'm glad you're
It
digging
is.
it. I really am.
I love this.
I really am.
I'm having a good time.
Okay.
I am too.
You dig
Christy-
your seltzer?
Yeah, it's tasty.
Fun. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes.
Christy has the clue self. Internal, spiritual, self.
Soul. Yay!
Yay!
Yay, Christy! Which is funny because I'm getting a lot from my husband's clues. Yay.
I know, that's what I've been thinking the whole time. I'm like, I better write down their clues too, because that'll make it easier.
Yay!
Right? Yeah.
Okay.
Good on you for that. Okay, you guys ready for a challenge?
Absolutely.
This, I don't know in the real game of Password if this would be illegal or not, but guess what? Since it's my show, I make the rules.
You can. You can absolutely. So what? Okay.
It is one word.
Oh, I got it.
Oh, who goes first? Because that's going to be given.
Oh, you think so? Okay.
Oh no, I get it. Oh, nice.
Now you're there. Yes,
Nice. I
yes.
got you, boo.
Yeah.
I
So,
got you.
okay.
I don't get it. I missed
Because
it.
you're so much younger than us. But anyway,
it.
and so is freaking Christy.
Aw, Christy says, I never said I was good at this. Christy, you're doing
You're
great.
nailing
I don't
it.
care what
You're
you,
nailing it, honey.
Yeah,
Totally.
you are. Dan says Aretha. Oh, because he was given a clue to soul.
Oh,
Good
yes.
clue. That was
Nice.
actually a really
I like
good clue.
that. I like that. That's good. That was a good clue.
He has given some good clues. Shakespeare and Aretha are really good
and
clues.
Christy's nailing it too, but I just didn't get it in the last game. Anyway, go ahead.
Okay, so I should have been keeping track of who started last time.
Tara and Christy didn't you?
I don't know.
I think that's yes, I do think that's correct. So Cheri, you give your password to Dan.
All right, got you.
Okay. Information.
First clue
Oh wait, sorry.
from Daniel to Cheri is facts. 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 That's hard to say. Facts.
Did I get it? I didn't get a clue.
No,
Not yet.
your clue is not yet. Okay.
Oh,
So-
I got you.
I'm sorry.
No,
yes,
it was
his,
not.
I'm sorry.
That was his guess.
Yes.
His
That's his
guess
guess.
to
That was
your
his
word.
guess, so I have
which-
to give a clue.
Yes.
I fucking got.
I'm sorry. Cheri gave
My
the
bad.
clue of information.
My bad.
Daniel guessed facts.
Okay.
And that is not it.
Now, Christy, I don't know how old you are. She said information. Daniel said facts. Fair enough. Listen to me, honey.
That's more than one word.
Number.
Oh, Christy guesses direction. Man, I'm here to say, whenever I handed those things out, I said it was going to be hard, and I knew it would. So
this is a tough one.
um,
This is good. This is good.
this is one though. Whenever somebody gets the answer right, you're going to look at all these hints and be like, "Oh my god, it was right there."
Yeah. I
So,
love it. That's good. That's good.
Cheri, it is your turn to give a hint to Daniel. Daniel, my brother, you are way fucking older than me.
Dirt.
Dirt. Dirt. Dirt.
Oh, I thought you were talking about he's older than dirt. I'm like, yeah.
Oh,
A little bit.
I would never talk about my teammate like that.
Oh, I like what you
Aw,
did there. You're too
That's
sweet.
adorable.
Oh, I put dirty.
Dirt.
Sorry.
Dirt.
Shots fired. Sorry, Dan.
Shots fired. I can't believe I need another potty break. Fuck. God damn.
Go for it.
No, I'm gonna.
You gonna tough it out?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. As she says,
As
she drinks more water.
Well, I have
Okay.
to.
The password to Daniel is the clue to Daniel is dirty.
Dirt. Dirt.
Damn it. Dirt. Fuck what I wrote. It's dirt.
Dirt.
I probably wrote it twice too.
Oh
Probably.
my lord.
Yes.
No, I got it right the second time. I just put
All
the
right.
wrong one up. Dirt. Oh. Okay. Dan wrote pass.
Pass. Failure.
I think pass is just he's given up on that one.
He's passing because he didn't get it.
Okay. So if we get a pass from the other team, we will consider that a null and void point.
Right. So.
So no pressure. Tara to Christy.
I'm trying. I'll use your clue.
Okay.
I'll do that. Album.
Album.
Oh
Oh no. Christy just said CD. No.
This is a tough one.
It is.
Hi, I'm back.
I feel like I'm gonna call this one.
Potty.
All right, Dan.
You got another clue?
I do.
Okay.
Oh, okay. Oh, good.
she's
Okay, Dan, don't pass yet.
Don't pass.
We got another clue coming at you.
Okay. So think about Tara's last clue.
Hey, we.
Yep.
One word.
One word.
Okay,
one word.
fine. Okay. So
I've got something typed.
album, CD, ska.
Ska is your clue.
Wow, that's definitely not what I had pre-written. This will be the last clue for this password, and we'll try another password.
Oh wow.
I mean, not that it's, but most people would.
Again, remember Toni Braxton, Mary J. Blige, all the shit we've talked about in this episode. Excuse me. Yeah.
Oh, shit. I was thinking something else.
Yeah.
Never
I figured
mind.
you were. Sorry, Dan.
Yeah,
Okay.
totally. Sorry, Dan. I threw you under the bus. I'm so sorry.
I'm calling it.
Okay.
I'm calling it. The answer is on the count of three, ladies. 1, 2, 3.
411.
411.
And
What's
I
the
was thinking-
411?
I was thinking 311.
Oh, for fuck's sakes.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I know.
She is deaf.
411.
Yeah.
411.
Hey, does anybody know the number for 411?
No shit. Don't y'all remember that? 411.
Okay,
It's
so
all right.
the reason, for those of you who aren't picking up what I'm putting down,
Who?
Ma-
Her.
Mary J. Blige's debut album from 1992 was called What's the 411?
Nice. Nice conjunction.
Oh my God.
Alrighty.
Dan, I'm
All
so
right.
sorry.
I've got the other clue, the next clue. Sorry.
Are we just gonna do this all night? Because
No,
this is so much fun.
I've got
This is-
4, and we're on
this
like
is
number
so much fun.
2.5 or something like that.
Right.
It is so much fun. I'm so glad you're enjoying
Hey
this.
Dan. Hey Dan.
The password is on your screen for those watching at home.
My girl's giving me a clue.
The clue is asthma.
As with a weird th ma. COVID.
No.
Damn.
That has fucking nothing to do with Mary J. Blige or Tony Pax.
Oh shit! I didn't put that together.
Nope, that's your guess.
Okay, the clue is breath.
Breathe.
Yes.
That is correct.
Seriously,
That is correct.
Christy?
Good pass.
Why did you
Good
say
password.
asthma?
Because you can't
'Cause
breathe.
you
like when you have asthma.
You should have said inhale. Inhale.
But she was waiting.
No, that would be
But she
you
was
making
waiting
me
to
high.
exhale.
Oh, see? I see what you did there. Fuck.
Breathe, of course, as
It's-
in the
it's a
song
total- it's a
"Breathe Again."
It's a totally different word. You're right. That was legal. That was absolutely legal.
Of course.
Yep.
Daniel says yes, which is funny because 2 comments above it says no.
No. Yes. No.
Oh, so fun.
Yes.
This is
No.
so fun.
Yes.
Oh my God, that's not you. I thought that was you.
No,
but
it
that's,
No, that
sounds
was
like
me.
a.
that's your audio department.
Oh yeah, that's the audio
It
department.
sounds like a Disney.
Your fucking audio department is nailing it.
Yes.
All right.
Um,
Oh my God.
Okay.
Do I
Oh,
get-
Christy says inhale was my next clue. I bet it was Christy.
Of course it was because you failed.
Oh, and Christy's got like 5 mad faces.
Okay, so my
It's okay,
partner.
it's okay.
My partner, Chris.
Your apartment,
You're-
Christy.
Your partner. Me. Let me have another. It's just coffee. It's just coffee.
Clear, tasty coffee.
All right. The password is you don't know. You got to guess.
So do I go first?
Yeah.
Okay.
I should have been
Um,
keeping better track of this. Sorry, everybody.
Wow. Okay,
No, you're good. You're good, Dan.
Christy, honey. So we're talking about Toni Braxton. We're talking about Mary.
One word.
Fuck me. Wow. With the chorus over here. Wow.
That was easy.
Whoa!
I'm not showing it, but password is this. It's fart. It's absolutely fart.
I'll quit.
Freddie.
Motherfucker!
I really want to sabotage you and misspell it on purpose with a Y.
Oh, don't you dare.
Nice. Thank you for that.
Your clue
My
to
clue.
Christy was Freddie, and Christy's reply is ballad.
What?
All right.
No.
No.
Now I got to come up with something. Oh, I got it.
Okay.
Crown.
That's a good clue.
Okay, so Daniel Fritz, your clue, Cheri, was crown. Daniel Fritz says the password is queen.
Oh! Fuck you! Christy, come on!
Dan is going for Cheri, and Daniel's clue is
Okay.
king. King. King.
King.
Man.
No.
Son of a bitch.
Josh Poole says Tara Lynn Fritz needs a Will Fisher sponsorship, like a hole in the head. Tara, your clue is temperature.
Oh my God. 90 degrees.
No.
Dan's password is hot.
Hot?
Hi.
Hot.
Hot.
What was yours?
Hi.
No.
Son of a bitch.
She said hi?
Yep.
God damn it.
So, Christy, we need a clue for Tara from you. The clue is fire.
Fire? Sun. S-U-N. S-U-N.
Nope. Cheri, your clue is meat.
Meat like meat or meat like a steak?
Meat, like the steak.
Steak. Meat. Motherfucker. Meat. I got nothing.
I see you, Dan Fritz. I see you.
I've got nothing. I know. I'm gonna pull a
I want one more clue.
I'm gonna pull a Daniel Fritz. Pass.
I was hoping that was coming. Okay. We've got one last clue from Christy. Tara, your clue is summer.
I want to say a word, but I don't think
Well,
it's right.
I'm hoping you would.
Well.
No.
Damn it.
All right. And
Fuck me.
since we had a pass and a wrong answer, and I'm just going to give it away.
Meat. Feet. Seat. Beat. Heat.
Heat. Oh my
It was
God.
heat. Oh, by
right,
the way, the reason for the word heat, for those of you who are getting the correlations, Toni Braxton's third album that came out in the year 2000 was called The Heat.
Oh, fucking. See, you and your research.
I'm glad I got the experts on
You
the
and your
subject.
research and your planning.
Look.
You're awesome. See, I was
Anyone can be an
That's how you do
expert when they
real
have Google.
research. We are ready for Cheri to give the first clue
All right.
to Daniel.
All right.
All right.
The-
Strong.
The clue is strong.
Strong.
Daniel's guess is tough.
No.
It's a good guess.
It's a good guess.
No.
That's a fantastic guess.
Tough is not the correct answer, sir. Christy, your clue is
Leave.
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 Christy guesses that the password is brave.
I love it. I love the direction. I love the direction. That's a good direction.
No.
Length.
Length.
Yes.
Nice. Yeah. Yeah.
Christy, you can't be doing that.
I'm sorry.
Christy, what are you doing?
What is she doing?
She just totally cost you the game.
Really? Well, I can't see it, so.
Well, no, but the other person guessing can.
Well, fuck. It's not your turn, Christy.
She goes, I'm going out of turn, but... And I'm like, so much for 10,000 points, girl. You could have just won the game!
You shouldn't have said that because then our opponent
Oh, wait.
wouldn't have known that.
Well, he can read. Oh, and here we go. Just like I guessed. Christy says, hey, you gave him extra time. Guess what, Christy? You gave him the frickin' answer. The password is strength.
Ding, 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 ding.
Thank you, guys. This was so fun.
Very fun. Very, very fun.
Super fun.
Yeah, thank you.
Thank you so much. I appreciate both of you girls for being here. This has been the longest and also one of the most fun fucking episodes of the Audio Roast Podcast in Audio Roast Podcast history. Okay, well that's about it for the first ever episode of the Tournament of Champions on the Audio Roast Podcast. I want to say thanks again to Cheri Quigley
Thank
for
you.
being here from Wheelhouse. Check them out. Check them out on Facebook. Follow them whenever they announce their next show. Tara, thank you for coming. Check out Unsung Dreamers Podcast, the musical journeys of the not so rich and famous. They do a live chat every Thursday at 7 o'clock. I do too. And I just heard too that you guys are going to be bringing back the actual audio only episodes of the deep dive combos and interviews. Is that right?
The the interview episodes. Yeah. But whatever. Don't laugh at me. Don't laugh at me. I can't take it when you laugh at me. Oh my God. Yes, the
Okay.
interview episodes are coming back soon. Very soon.
Okay. Is Violet got anything on the books?
Not yet.
Okay. All right.
Neither
Well-
does Boot. But yes, we will be.
I'm sorry. I do. I I should have made Boot bigger as well as Violet
okay.
because I do always forget about that.
It's all
But
good. It's all good.
and just real quick, what kind of stuff do you do in Boot? Is it
Boot-
original? Is it covers? Is it a mix?
Boot is a lot of original music. And it's Dan on the piano and him and I singing. And then
I had no idea he could play.
Oh, I know. Isn't that cute?
That's really cool. Well, I don't know
love
about
it.
cute,
I
but it's
love
cool.
it. It's cute, but he's cute.
Okay.
He's my heartthrob. So we do a lot of original music with Boot, and we do some covers just to make it fun, just to break it up and do some other stuff. But Boot is primarily
Original.
and chill, and it's kind of like what you would see with an acoustic person, but on piano. I love you so much.
I love you too. I
Love
love
you.
both of you. Again, thank you
Ah.
so much for joining me. I'm
was
so
fun.
happy to have you on the show finally, both of you.
was
I
great.
love everybody
Yes.
for being here, whether you
Yes.
stuck around for the whole show. I see you, Christy. I see you, Josh. I see you, Dan.
all you guys who
that's
watched
right.
this. This was great.
Thank
And
you.
for the people that just dipped in for a quick little review, I appreciate you as well. Everybody, please hit the share button, like and subscribe, and all that fun jazz. And we will see you next time.